guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm going to do a Tome Topple TBR. I almost forgot what I was doing. So this Tome Topple, I think is round 8, and it is taking place between April 13th and the 26th, and you're supposed to read books that are over 500 pages. So Sam at Thoughts on Tomes is the one who puts this on. She has several prompts, and I was just looking at her video. I'll try to link it down below. But I just usually focus on getting books done. I don't need the extra stuff. So I'm going for the big books. And as I said, I picked books that are close to 500 or a little bit over that. So I have one book that I'm for sure going to read. I'm going to start it on Saturday, the 13th. And then I have 3 books as options of what I want to read after that. I am a mood reader, and recently I found that I need to give myself choices, or else I don't read very well the next book that I read if I force myself to read something. So I'm trying to be better about not forcing books. But this book I've been wanting to read. It's been sitting waiting for Tome Topple, so that is why it's the book I'm going to pick up first. And that is God's Last Breath by Sam Sykes. This is the 3rd book in the Bring Down Heaven trilogy. I think I read the other 2 last year, and I just didn't get around to finishing this, and I was kind of mad at myself I didn't make it. But I've been wanting to finish it, and this is an epic fantasy following a group of adventurers who have been through a lot of things. This is the 2nd set of trilogies. You don't need to read the first trilogies, but I always think you should. But these ones were really good. So again, the second one ended on a cliffhanger. I don't know why I didn't pick up the next book. I don't know. I must have been thinking I was going to plan something else and read that. So I didn't get to this last year, and I really want to finish this series out. So this has 666 pages. I don't know what that says for my chances, but I'm going to read this month. So this is my first book. I really want to get through this and finish off a series, as well as read a book that I'm really interested in, and I think that's good. And then I have 3 options. As I said, for the 2nd book, I'm only going to read probably 2 of them. I don't think I could read 3 of them. I mean, I could if I had a really, really good couple weeks of reading, but I just don't think that's going to happen. But I'm going to try for 2. So if I feel like I'm in a science fiction mood, I want to pick up Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. This is the 1st book in the Expanse series. I have been meaning to start this. I want to know about this. So it's a space opera, you know, but you know, it's I think in the solar system in the future, and there are people who live in, you know, still live on Earth, but there's other people out mining in, I think, the asteroid belt, and then there's somewhere else, like a station or something. I don't remember where. I actually don't know a lot about this. I watched 1 episode of the TV series really long time ago, and I just have never watched more of it, and I knew I wanted to read it, so I think that's probably why I stopped watching. But I haven't done either, so I would really like to attempt to read that. If I'm feeling in a Victorian literature mood, and I can make myself do this, I would like to finish the Tenants of Wealth Hall by Anne Bronte. So this is a book that stumped me back in October, and it is just over, so I keep forgetting to say this. The Expanse series is 561 pages. Leviathan Wakes is 561 pages. But this classic, I would really like to read and get it off my TBR. I had struggled with the first 100 pages in October, and pretty much failed in October after this book. But I would really like to give it one more shot, and this could be the time to do it, is when I'm focusing on big books. This book is 520, is it 521? Yeah, 524 about. And I have read 118 pages of it, but this is also a classic, so it might take me longer. So I don't have a problem having a book that I've already started. Maybe I'm not reading 500 pages during the week on the 2 weeks for this, but I would get a book done that's off my TBR and one I'd still need to read. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. And that story about, or the Tenants of Wealth Halls is about a woman who comes to a neighborhood and everybody's questioning what she's doing there, and they're all kind of getting in her business, and then it kind of tells about where she came from and what happened and how she got there. And so, sorry, I scared the cat with dropping the book. Sorry, Cooper. Anyway, I'm not doing this very well, but I want to get this done because I don't usually film after work. There's a reason for that. I'm kind of loopy. I'm tired. Anyway. And then the last book that's an option is a historical fiction. It's a book that's technically been on my TBR the longest of all my books. It is not the copy that I had at first. I had read part of the book and then I got rid of it recently when I got another copy from a library book sale. But it is technically the oldest book on my shelf that I'd attempted and wanted to revisit, and that is The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. And so I read this, and it was in high school. I had not a short phase. I had a phase of liking everything that Christian Slater was in. And so I watched the movie with him and Sean Connery, and I loved the movie at the time. And I just never, I tried to read it, but I was in school at the time. So I got distracted, or I had other books I had to read for classes, and I never got back to it. And I carried that book around with me for years and never picked it up again. So I'd really like to pick this up this year. So this could be my opportunity. This is 502 pages. And then there's a postscript of another 25 pages. So I'd probably read to that postscript and read about his research and stuff. But this again is about a monk in 1327. He is called to another monastery as an investigator because somebody died under mysterious circumstances. And then other people start dying while he's there. And so as I said, it's one of those books that I've wanted to read literally for decades. And as I said, this might not be the copy that I had first and that I attempted first, but it's still the oldest book on my TBR. So I do want to read that. So, the cat has to get on me right now. I know. That is what Cooper does. Anyway, so these are the books. Bottom one for sure. The other three are options, and then we'll see. I mean, if I can read more than 2, that would be awesome, but I'm not going to say I'm going to do that. I'm going to be lucky if I get 2 done in 2 weeks, how fast I read. So anyway, that is it. Hey, are you guys doing Tome Topple? What are you reading? If you read any of these books you think that for sure I need to focus on, let me know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.